What's up, guys? It's your boy Andrew Lawrence back in the building. Basically, me doing this little series of videos is just to explain a little ups and downs in my life. So you guys already seen a preview, a start of how I met my wife. So that was a massive up in my life, and there has been some downs as well. But as I go through and show you and you hear me explain different things, you will understand what I'm talking about. So this is a big up at that point in my life. There is some down, and then towards the end, in hopefully it will be the last one, is going to be like episode 4, where you'll find out the up. Okay, so you're gonna find the up, there's gonna be some down, and there's gonna be some more up, down, and up, but always got to finish on a high. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and here is just a little review, just a little review of part 1, and I hope you guys enjoy part 2. Of them all is I'm a Caribbean guy.
I would have not guessed.
If you come, that came into play into the mind.
Say that once more. Let's do it again. Once more.
What's
As you cannot tell. Let's do it once more.
As you probably can tell, I'm a Caribbean guy. I'll walk a little bit more.
I've been holding that for 7 minutes.
Where I was protecting her at work and everything. So we left, drink, talk, and party with each other. That orchestra going on in my head,
And
I knew when that orchestra becomes louder,
and there
and
is a
start
melody
building, yeah,
through.
I knew she was going to be the one moving forward.
So the fourth emotion I understand is that you realize that the previous relationship was over and that you had actually moved on. So but there was not strings attached, but there was complications.
Yeah.
Because life has complications, yeah, or as we call it, complexities. Yeah, not complications, but there's a lot of complexities that go on in life and in relationships, where you stand, where you don't stand. But there was no guilt because I think it's vowed at that point.
Yeah.
So wonderful. Now we've got to that point. Let's move forward a little bit.
Okay.
So we've had those 4 emotions go through your head. Okay, and now tell us, how did the next following days go, following weeks go, and then I'll ask more questions.
Well, I think from there, from the bar, we kind of realized, we like each other, and I'm sure she knew before with the way I was protecting her at work and everything. So we left the group. We left the group together and went off to another bar on our own, where we were able to let loose, drink, talk, and party with each other. And the rest of the night is history from there. I won't go into the gory details.
Now, this is a very important detail. I've known Andrew Lawrence for a very long time, and he's lordly in many ways, but he is sincere about one thing: he doesn't kiss and tell. And that's a good thing to have. And as a man, sometimes we need to spare each other the gory details.
Yeah.
It's not necessary.
Because I think sometimes you just need the brain to come up with its own story.
I think the word you're looking for is we close the loop. This is my section.
Okay.
You recount
I'm
the
just
story.
here to answer the questions.
You're here to answer the questions, and I'm here to summarize for you.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm glad we established our boundaries there.
Yes.
Can you tell this is very territorial? Yeah. It's all flowing against territorial. Okay. Kiss and tell. Let's skim over that part.
Okay.
Okay. Now the question was the next few days.
Okay. So I kind of, because she was still at university, studying business studies. She didn't have long left there anyway. So from the bar, obviously, onwards from there, I woke up the next morning. She went to university, and she trusts me enough. This new guy, obviously, she worked with me, so she already got that trust. So actually left me in her house for the day, and she came home. I was still there, and the next day I was still there. My phone was ringing, things were going on, and I chose to ignore it. And then I just went home the next day and more or less pack up and leave.
Okay.
So it so happened that our proper get together was on my birthday, the 14th of July, 2010. Yeah.
Okay. And you packed up and left the house with your previous.
Yeah,
previous one. Okay. Now let's fast forward. Let's fast forward to some other highlights. So, tell us about any time that you spent away together. Because I remember you telling me that as the relationship developed, you went on a holiday and you went to Hong Kong, was it?
Oh, yes.
So tell me a bit more about your Hong Kong trip.
So I think probably after a year dating, we realized, how much we love each other, and that we love the family to meet each other. So I think my family met her first. I took her for dinner at the house. My parents cooked a beautiful meal just for her, and I think it was her birthday, and my mom baked a beautiful cake for her as well. And my dad, because he's a religious guy, he did a prayer and welcomed her into the family as a one of their own, as a daughter.
Yeah.
And but anyway, we went to Hong Kong in February, which is the Chinese New Year.
Gong Fat Chi. So the Chinese New Year is called Gong Fat Chi.
Okay. I just know Gong Hei Fat Chai.
That sounds like a vegetable that you buy from the Chinese village, Fat Choi.
Or I have to learn. I had to learn little Chinese phrases, like if I'm at the restaurant and I need to go to the bathroom, to say
Xi.
No, it's Sai So Gan Hai Bin Do Wa. Yeah.
Hai Bin Do Wa.
Hai Bin Do Wa. I did it one day. And as it was about to come out, so I saw the lady. She said, "Oh, it's just around the corner."
Alright, love. It's around the corner. Yeah. If you see Peter, tell him he's got to make chips. I know.
Because what I didn't realize, obviously,
in Hong Kong,
because it was a British colony, that they do speak a majority, apart from the older generation. They do speak a lot of English, so they do understand. But if you go into a different country, you have to be prepared to show that respect of speaking the language a little bit, to show that you're making the effort.
That's a common theme since I've met you, is that you do have this age sensitivity. And I'm not talking about you cry at Celine Dion songs. I mean, you have a sensitivity about, who you are, you know about the environment you're in, and you're able to adapt to the people that you're around for to feel comfortable for yourself.
Yeah.
And from that comfort, you're confident.
Yeah.
From that confidence, people also feel confident, and they walk away knowing how to interact with you, to have that social lubrication with you.
Yeah.
So I do like that, and this story just proves that. Wherever I've been with you as well, you've always been hello uncle, Tico auntie. So for the listeners out there, I want you to understand that Andy is a person who, I'm not saying he's a sensitive person in the other sense. I mean, this person is aware of his surroundings. you are aware of the people, you are aware of your girl. So when I use the word prognosticator, it was a joke,
Yeah.
but there's a deeper sense of what I was saying. Meaning
Yeah.
what you're aware, and you have your you have your antenna out there
Yeah.
into the world, and you can feel what's going on. So let's go back to move away. So I'm just trying to highlight
Sum up everything. Yeah, highlighting.
Highlighting. So okay, so you go around back toilets there. Next.
So it was kind of strange meeting her parents, because I know what Chinese parents are like. They're very tough, and for their girls or even their boys, no girl or guy is good enough for their kids.
Yeah. I think they call that little emperor syndrome.
Probably.
Yeah, and where they do, because there is they usually have one child. Yes, and now it's two-child policy. But in Hong Kong, there's still a little bit of, at that stage.
Yeah.
There is a lot of osmosis, there's a lot of bleeding and blending of mainland China and normal China. But yeah, there is that little emperor syndrome. Yeah, and there is the second thing as well. We have a thing they have a thing in China called leftover women.
Okay.
So after the age of 21, 22, if you are in a relationship or married, or in the prospect of marriage, you're seen as a leftover woman, because over there people are ruthless. People know that the new model is going to come out, and I'm sorry out there to use such a vulgar term like a car, but because of the abundance of women over there, and more women come of age of relationship, they worry about the people that are left over at 21. And so that's a very good point you made. So explain more. What else did you feel and notice about?
So obviously the most obvious. So it was quite scary knowing that I'm gonna meet a dad, knowing from what she told me he's very protective, and all these things. But little did I know, with all my worries and whatever else, I was welcomed with, I wouldn't say open arms.
With reserved arms.
Yeah.
There is a sense of there's a little sense of boundaries over there,
Yeah.
isn't there? And proprietary. So they're not very touchy feely.
Yeah.
How in the Pakistani and Caribbean community where we're very a little bit more open, and sometimes even overstep the boundaries.
Yeah.
But you were saying that they welcomed you.
They were very, very welcoming. Her stepmom at the time, they had another young child, so she had a sister, and I think when I met the dad, obviously I need to be very reverent in his presence, obviously with respect and learning a little bit of the culture. So when I'm dining with them, I know what to do. So if he pour me some tea or something, I know to do my two fingers like that. So it's like kneeling in front of the king, just to say thank you. So that's the tradition. So you always just do that. So learning these little things, which actually means a lot. So if somebody can see, oh, he actually knows the culture a little bit, he's actually saying thank you and showing respect. So after that, I did feel comfortable. They did make me feel quite welcome. Her little sister taken to me as well, which they said she doesn't go to much people.
And how little are we talking?
She was less than a year old, I think. Yeah, okay. So about a year less than that. So while they were eating, obviously the little one always want mommy or daddy. So I took it on myself to keep her entertained, so they could eat. So they actually appreciated that, to see that, oh, this guy does care. And it was a genuine thing to do, because I get on well with kids. I look after my nieces and nephews, all the time whenever I'm asked. So that side of it, to play with them, keep them entertained, so the parents can get on with what they're doing. So I think that helps to kind of welcoming me into the family. And because she took to me as well, I think that's a fur to the dads that, okay, he's a good guy. And
How many days did you stay in Hong Kong?
I think I was in Hong Kong for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, and it was fun.
And so in the 2 week period, after how many days did you meet the parents? Was it on the first day, second day? Let's get
I think it was sometime in the first week.
In the first
I
week.
can't put a specific how many days, but it was within the first week.
And how many times did you see them over the course of the holiday?
A few times actually.
Mm.
I think the first met, then we had dinner, and then we went back again. And I think we went in the last week as well before, because she needed to get some stuff from the house to bring back to the UK.
Okay, and you know that story that we made fun of, where you went out to Hong Kong and you asked for the toilet in I think it's Mandarin, yeah, and
Cantonese.
Those are fighting words in certain places. Yes. Anyway, so you asked him in Cantonese. Was that with the in-laws or the pretended in-laws, or was that with you and the?
Oh, this was on the mom side.
Okay.
Touching onto the mom side, because they are separated.
Yes.
So me and the mom is like this. You know, we get on so, I don't know why, but we get on so well. When she decided to go off and do something within our holiday,
Yeah.
maybe to go see friends and whatever, I'm left with her mom. We went out for lunch. We had a laugh.
Good.
There was a conversation barrier, but her mom knows enough English to hold a good conversation. And from my side, I know how to speak slowly, but not being obnoxious or being, what's the word? Making the person feel dumb.
Yeah, like I said earlier on, you're sensitive.
Yeah.
You are aware of your surroundings, and you are an adaptable person.
Yeah. You ever see some people when they're talking to a European or someone who doesn't speak the language? So do you understand what I am saying?
Yeah.
For me, that is so rude.
It's so belittling.
Yes,
it's so belittling.
Very, very belittling.
Yeah, and you know, there is an aspect of you, and there is an aspect of the culture that you come from, where there is a lot of self-respect, you know, that one has to walk around with. And that self-respect, if you have it, and it's real and it's genuine and it's internalized, and you know where your ethics and morality is, it comes easily for you to have that same respect for other people at the same time.
Yeah.
And then more respect is more formulated better when it's someone who is going to be your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, you know, other people you meet. So I have noticed that, and you know, and when you talk about the stories that you talk about, you always show respect about the stories. You show respect about the characters and the victims in the stories as well. So you know, when I watch your videos, that comes across, that respect. And now talking to you and trying to make myself understand and our audience understand who you are, there is a common thread I see.
Okay.
And it's just something I want to.
I don't realize I do it, but it's probably because it comes.
I observe you. Yeah. Okay. I observe you a lot. So we're with the mother, the language barrier, and tell us how it was when you said bye-bye. So we've met her, you've enjoyed your time with them, you've got to interact with them now, and how was the bye-byes and when you left Hong Kong?
You know, saying goodbye to the dad, obviously he had dad words to say to me about his daughter. You know, make sure when you marry my daughter, because I think we were thinking of getting engaged, or we were engaged by then, part 2. He did obviously have his dad words. When you marry my daughter, you marry her for life.
Yeah.
You know, so that was, it was a good thing, but I was scared at the same time, because dad's a big businessman. You know, he knows people. And a lot of time people normally talk about triads. And people normally say, oh, is she part of the triad, which I find quite racist in some way.
It's pejorative. It's not kind, is it?
Kind of just because this person is from this country, you automatically think they are part of something else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyway, moving on. So that was nice with the dad. I love the way that he took me to one side and spoke to me one on one. With the mom, we actually stayed at her house for the duration of the 2 weeks. Because the mom, she works as an accountant, so she works, and on her days off, we go out together, all three of us, and we have lunch, dinners, whatever. But the first time I met her mom, before I actually went to Hong Kong, she actually came to the UK for her graduation.
Yes, I remember you telling me this story.
Yeah, so that was the first meeting, and we clicked so well. So I made sure that day I had a restaurant book, everything. So after the graduation, we had somewhere to go and celebrate her achievements, and obviously to show the mom that I care about her achievements and stuff as well. And she stayed with us at our place, and I think was it the first. And I think second time when the mom came here, I introduced her to my parents as well. So while she was here, I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but while she was here, my dad made sure she was looked after, a car come and pick her up. She was a part of the family.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Talking about your wife's achievement and the graduation, we want to talk about other achievements you had in this relationship. And let's move forward to another period in your relationship with your wife. So tell us how and where you actually proposed and did the whole engagement thing.
So after 2 years together, got engaged so we met on my birthday.
Okay.
Then we got engaged on my birthday.
14th of July and 14th of July. Now we're in 2012. So you met in 14th of July 2010.
Yes.
You went on holiday in 2011, and now you are engaged in 14th of July 2012.
Yes. Dates maybe going to be a little bit muddled, but yes, I'm a man. These things happen. So we didn't go holiday, but we had some time off. Me and my friend, we went to one of my friend place where he's a jeweler. So I went with my friend to pick out a ring. So we found this beautiful gold with a nice little rock. And so basically what happened, we went to Brighton, and while we was in Brighton, we had a nice meal. The evening was beautiful, close to the seafront. So after the meal, we went for a little walk. So I had the ring in my jacket pocket. And you know what women are like when they're walking with you and things are nice and beautiful. They want to put their arms around you. So she was trying to put her arms around me, and I was kind of like backing off a bit.
Ooh.
So she was getting annoyed to think like, why are you so offish? So in the end, I walk a little bit more.
I've been holding that for 7 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Office.
So yes, as she was trying to hold me and I was moving away, we walk a little bit, and then I just say to her, you know what? Let me just get it over and done with. She was thinking, what you talk? So I just went in, took it out. I went down on one knee. I just like, will you marry me? And she said yes. It was beautiful. But then because it didn't happen the way I pictured it to happen, you know, with the reactions and everything. So the next day there was a massive party on the beach because this was like July time, you know, beautiful weather.
And you're still in Brighton at the
Yeah,
time.
we're still in Brighton.
Yeah.
So there was a band playing at this outdoor bar, and this bar outside was packed with people. So I went up to the guys on the way to the toilet. I says, "Can you play a song by Bruno Mars? Today I don't feel like doing anything," because that's our favorite song. And then I said to them, I'm going to re-propose to da da da. So then I did it in front of everybody, you know, re-propose, and I get the reaction, and then they start singing the song, they announce it, da da da, everything, and the whole place just went crazy. So that was really nice. So I would say my real proposal was the 15th, not the 14th, but I still hold the 14th as when we got engaged.
Good. Now we're going to move forward and tell us when, where, when, and how was the wedding?
Okay. I think with this, I'm going to leave that for another time.
Wonderful. I want to thank you for your time. We're going to take this up in our next session and we'll talk about it again, okay?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes, my brother! That was good. Guys, if you enjoy our conversation, life on the plate, life relationship, life story, make sure to drop a subscription, like, share, and comment.
Anyway, guys, it's a good night from him, and it's a good night from me.
Peace.
Did you like how I did that?
40 minutes.